Hey guys, how's everybody doing? So I made a new backdrop and painted my table to clean it up, my dust collector table. That's what this video is going to be about, is my dust collector table. But I wanted to show you, this is one of my first wood spirits. I made this, I don't know, 3 years ago. Look, see, I signed it. But it looks like a friggin' little Ewok cell phone thing. If you put it beside your face like you're talking on a phone, it looks like a phone. But that's what this channel is about, is progress, guys. Progressing, making everything better. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. Save your first pieces, guys. Put them away so you can see the progress that you do. So, like when you're doing a carving like this, you might make a deep cut or something like that, make a huge mistake. But there's ways to correct it like other people do. Say, for instance, this guy wanted to make a carving fusion sign for his brand new backdrop that he worked really hard on, okay? He wanted to make a carving fusion sign. And the guy forgets to put an eye in the carving part where it says carving when he first drew it out. And he started carving. And he's like, oh, shoot. The carving doesn't have an eye in it. Oh, well, I'll justify it and just put the eye up above it. It makes sense. That's what you can do in carving. You can do whatever you want. That's what you can do in any of your art. You can do whatever you want. And, it kind of justifies the eye up there kind of justifies my channel. Because my art is about I. It's not a team. It's about me. You know what I mean? Well, it's about sharing with you guys now, but you know what I mean? It's about I, me. So it kind of makes sense. So, like, for example, if you make something like this, and you screw up, if you got to cut the C bigger, then cut the A bigger, cut the R bigger, cut all the letters bigger. You know what I mean? Fix your mistakes. It shows you how I don't give a crap. You know what I mean? Oh, his carving fusion sign's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. This gives it character. 100% character. This is one of my first koi fish that I carved. That was about 3 years ago. And that's the only devil. I didn't carve that, but that's where I want my carvings to lead into those kind of Japanese spirit devil kind of things, okay? So here is my carving station. I made the wall way higher so the dust gets trapped in here, okay? I got my Fordham SR up there. I'm going to talk, in my next video, I'm going to talk exactly about all my carving burrs, okay? Here's my Dremel set up. I made this little wall, right? So my Dremels will be out of the dust. Because you guys think, when they're blowing out the air, they got to suck air in too to cool the engines, okay? So it's not going to be sucking in dust all the time. My Fordham still will be a bit, but I don't use that nearly as often as I use my Dremel. The SR series, okay? But I'm going to be talking about my carving burrs in my next video. But this one's about my dust collector table, okay? Because lots of people ask me. I got an older video, but it's not descriptive. This is an aluminum plate I had my buddy made for me. I drilled all these holes out. I got this tape on here because there was too many holes and it wasn't getting enough pressure. So I just put tape over top that. Simple fix, okay? You can see down there, I made a little box underneath the table. And I bought this plastic tube, okay? So I'm going to put this grill back down. So you see how that's hooked up to a dust collector, okay, guys? There's the box I made. That tube gets sucked up into this cyclone filter, okay? This cyclone filter is friggin' mint. This cardboard box, you can get them so they hook up the buckets or whatever, but this cardboard box collects all the dust. So it goes through this before it goes through my dust collector in the closet. There's my dust collector, okay? It's 1.5 amp. I think it was like 400 bucks. I turn this on. All the stuff gets sucked in there, to there, and into here. I I close the closet doors too. I just want to say something, okay? Before I had this cyclone filter hooked up, just type in eBay cyclone filter, okay? This is the bigger one. But before I had it hooked up, I would have to empty this bag all the time, okay? Because it would go in the bag. It would have nowhere to go before then. And I would have to clean out this filter all the time too. But since I've hooked up this cyclone filter, okay, this bag never gets full. There's a little bit in there, but it never gets full because it stays in there. Okay? So my next video is going to be on my carving burrs that I use, the exact ones. And I also have to do another lighting review. My channel's not a review channel, guys. But I got a light to put up here, and I asked the company Sensei to send me another light, and I'll do a review for them because it's like a floodlight kind of thing. And it will give me tons of light. I still got the Sensei bulbs in here. Well, that's bright. But these are LED bulbs, and they're working mint. They're working awesome. So, we'll see you next video. Who cares about your mistakes, guys? There's no I in team. Okay, another thing I want to talk to you guys about is my foot pedals that I use. I just made this board up. I screwed them down there. So this foot pedal right here is for my Fordham. Okay? I can control the speed. Okay? The center pedal, which I use the most, is for my Dremel. My last foot pedal is for my sander. So I can control the speed. Get the foot pedals with the speed control, guys. Dremel itself, they say they don't want you running a foot pedal with the Dremels that have the speed control on them. Because there's a speed control on this, and there's a speed control on the foot pedal. So they would interfere with each other and cause your Dremel to get ruined. I've had this 4300 for a year and a half now, I think, or maybe a year. It still works perfectly fine. So I don't always follow the rules, guys. You know, sometimes you gotta live on the edge, right? Use a foot pedal. Okay, you can see there's the box under the table that I made. Here is the Cyclone dust collector and my dust collector, 1.5 amps.